my belief.
Now that your mandate is short, sir, and Nigerians are now waiting to see what comes from this administration. So how are you rewarding Nigerians with the mandate they've given to you, Your Excellency?
I've started from day one to work hard, regardless of, the court cases, okay? And just strengthen my resolve to do more. A challenge of this nature and a future of this nature is more work and more hard work, more dedication. And just appeal to the sense of patriotism of Nigeria to have a change of mindset. Let us be positive about our country, be ready to contribute in all ways possible. There's no promise of El Dorado from day one. We're all in this boat of diversity, a member of the same family, living in the same house, but stay in different rooms. And it is important that we recognize that we have no other country but this one. So we better be committed to it, not for the sake of our own self-aggrandizement, our commitment to the values, the creed of dedication, patriotism, and commitment to the value of this country. It is extremely important that we have a change of mindset for the sake of our country. Not for us, but for our children and grandchildren, great-grandchildren. The inheritance.
Well, in this appeal, we have, during conference, noticed that issues number 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7 in this appeal have been dealt with in Atiku's appeal. It is the decision of this court that this issue shall abide the outcome of the issues as resolved in Atiku's appeal, mutatis mutandis. As for issue number 4, which has to do with double nomination, which was not in Atiku's appeal, it is the view of this court that this issue, having been dealt with by this court in SC/CV 501/23, which judgment was delivered on the 26th of May 2023, this court cannot allow the matter to be re-litigated in this very court. There must be an end to litigation. For us to sit down now and talk about when this man resigned or did not resign, when they did a fresh conference or fresh primaries to replace him, which we have done before. We are not going to do it again. This matter ought not to have come here. When the matter was pending at the trial court, this court delivered that judgment. If you read the judgment of the lower court, they mention it, that Supreme Court has settled this matter. And that should have been the end. You now bring this issue of double nomination for us to sit on it and write another judgment. This is not how it should be. This appeal lacks merit and is hereby dismissed. My Lord, to my right, Abaji.
I agree with my learned brother, Justice John Ian Okoro, that this appeal, number SCCV 937/2023, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi and the Independent National Electoral Commission lacks merit, and it is also dismissed by me.
My Lord, Garba Jesse.
I also totally agree with the lead judgment that this appeal substantially canvass the same issues with the appeal number 935/2023 which this court has very comprehensively dealt with. And there is no need for us to repeat ourselves because the issues are the same. The only issue that's different, like pointed out by my learned brother PJ, is that about double nomination, which you have settled. And we do not intend to reopen it again in this appeal. On the whole, I also join the lead judgment to dismiss this appeal for lacking in merit.
My Lord Salawa.
Having had the privilege before now of reading in draft the judgment prepared and delivered by my learned brother Okoro JC, I cannot but concur with the far-reaching reasoning and the conclusion that has been postulated in the judgment to the effect that the instant appeal lacks merit, thus ought to be dismissed by this court. Having associated myself with that reasoning and the conclusion, I have no hesitation whatsoever in dismissing the appeal. Appeal dismissed.
My Lord Jauro.
Well, I had the advantage of reading in draft copy of the lead judgment just delivered by my learned brother John Ian Okoro JSC. I entirely agree with the reasoning and conclusion contained therein that the appeal is devoid of merit and it ought to be dismissed. Consequently, I join my brother in dismissing the appeal.
My Lord Abubakar JSC.
I also had the advantage of reading in draft the judgment of my learned brother Ian Okoro JSC, and I am of the view that the appellants have nothing useful to urge this court. The appeal lacks merit, and it is hereby dismissed by me.
My Lord Agim JSC.
I had a preview of the judgment delivered by my learned brother, Lord Justice John Ian Okoro. I completely agree that this appeal lacks merit and it should be dismissed. I hereby dismiss it.
Thank you all for listening. The two appeals, I think we have concluded our job today. What remains is for us to